Welcome to today's Explainer. We're diving into a genuinely wild shift in the wellness space right now. I mean, if you spent even 5 minutes on health forums lately, you've definitely seen magnesium popping up everywhere. It's kind of crazy, right? It literally went from just chilling quietly in the vitamin aisle for decades to becoming one of the absolute most searched for remedies for anxiety and sleep. And it felt like it happened overnight. It's a massive shift, and well, as always, we want to look at the actual science driving this whole thing.
Okay, let's dive into this. Because whenever something explodes in popularity this fast, we absolutely have to separate the real clinical science from, just a giant mass placebo effect. Are we all just experiencing the ultimate wellness illusion here? Or is there a genuine, rock-solid biological reason why this specific supplement is suddenly everywhere? Let's find out. Section 1. The sudden supplement hype. From boring mineral to viral trend. Honestly, you gotta admit it's a little wild that a basic element straight off the periodic table is having a massive Hollywood moment in 2026. But look at the data. It points to this huge, sudden wave of interest, but with a super specific distinction. The search term that's skyrocketing, it isn't just generic magnesium. No, it's magnesium glycinate, and it's tied directly to people desperately looking for anxiety and sleep support. So people aren't just searching for general health anymore. They're hunting down a highly specific molecular form to solve targeted everyday problems.
Section 2. Regulating nerves and muscles. The legitimate foundation.
And this brilliantly illustrates why this isn't just baseless internet hype. The biology actually backs up the search history. Magnesium genuinely performs these absolutely crucial functions in your body. It's heavily involved in regulating your nervous system and eating and muscle relaxation. I mean, think about it. When you think about what anxiety and sleeplessness actually feel like, tight muscles, a restless, racing mind, it makes perfect sense why a mineral responsible for relaxing those exact biological pathways would become a massive focal point for people seeking relief.
But here's the piece of the puzzle that turns this from a quirky fun fact into a global trend. A really meaningful portion of people simply do not get enough magnesium through their regular diet alone. Actually, unless you're meticulously calculating every ounce of spinach, pumpkin seeds, and black beans you eat every single day, there's a really good chance your modern diet is leaving a gap. Because so many of us lack this essential mineral, this current wave of interest, it's built on a very real biological shortfall.
Section 3. Why the form matters. The plot twist.
Now, what's really interesting about all this is that in the wellness world, broad labels often hide the absolute most crucial details. Grabbing a generic bottle that just says magnesium off the drugstore shelf, that is vastly different from seeking out the highly targeted magnesium glycinate. It is literally so important to understand that not all magnesium is created equal. Grabbing just any random bottle might not give you anywhere near the results the internet is raving about. So, why did the internet specifically latch onto glycinate? Well, because the exact molecular form dictates exactly how your body interacts with it. Different forms are absorbed completely differently, and they bring entirely different side effect profiles to the table. If you take the wrong form, let's say magnesium citrate, for example, it might not absorb into your nervous system much at all. Instead, it might just act as a pretty powerful laxative, which means you're going to spend the night aggressively awake in the bathroom rather than peacefully sleeping in bed. The trend targets glycinate because it's highly absorbable and super gentle on the stomach. It's a great reminder that a broad category name usually hides the most critical functional details. Section 4. Fixing shortfalls, not superpowers. Managing your expectations. Okay, time for a quick reality check. If you are genuinely deficient in magnesium, correcting that shortfall is going to provide some really meaningful, noticeable help for your sleep quality and your stress resilience. However, and this is a big however, if you are not deficient, meaning your body already has all the magnesium it needs, expecting a dramatic, life-changing anxiety fix from popping a mineral supplement is probably going to be pretty disappointing. I mean, taking more of something you already have plenty of is not going to magically cure clinical anxiety. I absolutely love how the source material sums this up. It says, supplementation corrects a shortfall. It doesn't add a new capability beyond baseline. Think of it kind of like filling a massive pothole in a road. If your road is completely full of potholes, filling them in with magnesium is going to make your ride significantly smoother, right? You'll sleep better, you'll feel way less tense. But if your road is already perfectly paved, pouring more asphalt on top of it isn't going to suddenly turn your Honda Civic into a hovering spacecraft. It doesn't grant you superpowers. It just gets you back to a healthy, normal baseline. Section 5. Is it right for you? Stop guessing, start testing. Let's move on and see how this builds into something you can actually use. How do you practically apply this to your own health journey? Well, there are really only two steps that matter here. Step 1, get a blood test. Step 2, have a real conversation with a doctor. A medical professional can tell you far, far more than an internet trend ever could. Honestly, this is the only reliable way to figure out if you are genuinely running low. And if you are, they'll help you find out what specific dose and form makes the most sense for your unique biology.
So the crucial point is that self-experimenting without that medical information is a total trap. Buying a bottle just because it's trending on social media, that means you're basically guessing at the problem and guessing at the solution, both at the exact same time. You don't actually know if you have a magnesium deficiency, and you definitely don't know if the random pill you're taking is the right amount to fix it. Taking internet trends at face value without gathering your own personal medical data first is just a recipe for frustration for sure. I want to leave you with this final question to chew on. Are you guessing at the problem, or do you actually know your levels? Look, magnesium trending isn't just empty hype. It really is a highly useful mineral that's finally getting some long overdue attention for the huge role it plays in our nervous systems. Just make absolutely sure you get the actual data on your own body before assuming it's a magic fix. Thank you so much for joining me for today's explainer. If you found this breakdown helpful, let's keep the conversation going. Drop a comment below if you'd be interested